1994 on an M, Porsche 968 Club Sport. Very rare car these days. They were rare when they were new. Based obviously on the standard 968. But Porsche went through quite an extensive weight loss program with these cars. Obviously to make them a bit more sporty, a bit more track ready. Things like electric windows were swapped for manual windows, special thinner sound deadening, a lighter manual Recaro seat. They even removed the electric boot release that's now on a pull. Wider wheels so you can get a bigger tyre under there. Obviously some Club Sport stickering, spoiler, things like that. Upgraded suspension. The car sits 20mm lower than your standard 968. Different steering wheel, a few other different interior changes obviously to accommodate things like no electric windows. They did a standard remove the aircon and the sunroof. Obviously you can see this one has those. It definitely has a sunroof. We'll check the aircon in a second. And then a rear seat delete. So it's a two-seat car. This one is one of just 36 left in the UK. As you can see, it's in beautiful Guards Red, which if you're going to have a 968 for me, I think they kind of have to be Guard Red, don't they? We're going to start by having a good look at the bodywork. Then we're going to move on to the interior. And then we'll go for a cold engine startup. If you check the description, I'll detail everything as far as service history goes. It's got a nice big history file with it. We know where it's been magazine featured, all that sort of stuff. We'll detail all of that in there. But of course, as with any other car we have here, it is here for viewing. You can have a look through the paperwork. You can come and have a good look around the car. If you can't get to it, we can do video calls. We can do extra photos or videos, anything you might need. Right, starting on the bodywork, if we look down this driver's side, you can see it's lovely and smooth all the way down there. You can't obviously say it's flat because it's got these big boxy arches. But it's nice and straight. It's not full of waviness or filler. That body line that comes sort of starts here and goes all the way down is nice and sharp all the way down. Looking on the front wing, got no stone chips down the front here where it kicks out for the arch. Lovely and tidy there. It meets the bumper nice and evenly. The rest of the wing itself is clean and tidy. There's no marks really to note there. It does have the standard sort of PPF trim here to stop stone chips, which has got what looks to be a bit of polish caught in the edge, so you can sort of see it, whereas normally you couldn't. But the arch itself is lovely and clean all the way around. Normally you get stone chips forming down here, which causes corrosion, but this one's lovely and tidy. Standard spec alloy wheels. Now remember, they are Club Sport specific as opposed to the smaller, narrower wheels you got on the standard car. Coming down this side, there's no marks at all to note down the bottom here. That seam's nice and neat. The sill all the way along that cover is lovely and tidy. We'll put the camera underneath. You can see again, it's not been rammed up any curbs or jacked up incorrectly. I appreciate it's dark under there, but it is lovely under there, really nice and neat. It's not caked in under seal, it's not a patchwork quilt to Weldon. All nice and tidy coming down this side. Driver's door is nice and neat. Around the handles, good. There's one tiny little chip that's been touched in there just next to the lock. That is me being very picky. Rubber seals along the windows are nice and soft. They're not dried out or perished or anything like that. Around the wing mirror is good. One or two minor stone chips on the wing mirror, but nothing you wouldn't expect. Lovely and tidy down the bottom here, where again you'd normally get a bit of corrosion. And up this pillar is all good as well. On the leading edge of the windscreen, we've got a squash fly, we'll ignore that. Nothing nasty along the top and leading edge of the windscreen. The seal itself is nice and soft. There's no delamination on the glass. And then up onto the roof. Around the sunroof, there's no sign of any corrosion coming through on this side. We'll check the other side when we get round there. Continuing down this side, and again, where this kicks out, normally this is absolutely peppered with stone chips. We've got one or two very minor ones down the bottom there, but that is me being quite picky. And then inside the plastic section, nice and tidy. Onto the metal, that's good as well. And then again, normally that has no paint left on it, but this one, as you can see, is nice and neat. Another good wheel and tyre. We're on, I believe, on Goodyear Eagles all round, about 2 Goodyears on this side. Coming round onto the back, tail lights on both sides are bright and crack free. These seams on both sides are nice. Go down lower under the bumper, you can see that's nice and neat along there. All your barging's lovely. Normally the end of the S or the 9 snaps off on these things. Little scratch on the spoiler there, but again, that is me being quite picky. And if we're being really mean, I think that spoiler wouldn't hurt to have a good machine polish just to get rid of some of the slight fading to it. It does have the original dealer sticker in there, but that is pretty much worn out now. It goes with the original plates that are with the car. Rear glass hatch, lovely and neat and tidy. It's one of the things you do want to check on these because they are quite hard to find. It's all good around the edges there. And then round on the passenger side, again, lovely and smooth all the way down, not full of ripples or dents. Rear bumper sits nicely against the quarter. Its arch is good, all tidy around there. Lovely and neat inside that rear arch as well. Another Goodyear Eagle, so they're Eagle F1s all round. Yeah, all four wheels, Goodyear Eagle F1s, lovely, nice condition, loads of tread. They've still got the little hairs on the outside on them. No real marks to whinge about on that rear quarter. Coming down this side, we've got one very small stone chip just under the O on the sport of the sticker. The rest of the door, all nice and neat. Glass on this side's good. Again, the seals are nice and soft. No corrosion on the sunroof on this side either. Down the A-pillar is good. Very nice and neat on that wing mirror. There's no stone chips at all on that. There is what appears to be a very small one behind the wing mirror. And again, we've got that PPF, which has got a bit of polish in it, so it does make you able to see it, but it would clean out. And a little bit of polish trapped in there as well. Inside the arch, nice and sharp all the way around. Another good wheel and tyre. Have another look down that side from here as well. Round on the front. Those lovely round headlights are nice and clean and tidy, as are the lower side lights and indicators. I'll show you the pop-ups later on because they do work as they should. On the bottom of that bumper, again, normally caked in stone chips, but this one is tidy all the way along. Generally, the nose cone is lovely and neat. We've got one stone chip just there. And a light scratch just there, which again, that is me being quite picky. And there's a couple of minor ones on the bonnet, but generally very, very good. So overall, cosmetically, really well presented. Moving on to the interior. And again, you get a slightly simpler door card in the Club Sport. So you've got manual windows where you'd normally have electric. And you get these lovely manually adjusting Recaros. Very comfy. Do have the tilt forward. The backs of the seats are good. Obviously, you've got that rear seat delete, like I mentioned. It does have a parcel shelf cover there and a net. And then you've got sort of storage space underneath, should you want to use that. Carpet on the driver's side. Again, the heel pad is lovely and neat. It's not worn through or anything like that. Very minimal wear on the steering wheel. And again, normally a 6.8 has a 4-spoke steering wheel with an airbag. Your Club Sport has a 3-spoke without an airbag. On the top, all nice and neat on the dash top. Mileage wise, we are on, what are we on? 159,000 miles, which again for a front engine Porsche was absolutely nothing. To be fair, for any Porsche it was absolutely nothing. Lovely and clean and tidy on the dash itself. Does have an Alpine aftermarket head unit in there. Other than that, nice and neat down there. Now we'll continue round to the other side. And again, like I mentioned, on a normal 968 you have electric boot release. On a Club Sport, to save a bit of weight, you've got a pull. It's in the back there. Hit the pull. Up it comes. Now normally on this kind of rear-ended Porsche, so 924s, 948, 944s, 968, those rams go soft. This one, as you can see, is lovely and strong. Inside here is nice and neat all the way around. Got a set of original Porsche mats there. The carpet underneath is lovely. We do have an older set of plates to go with the car. A bag of cleaning stuff, but other than that, lovely and neat and tidy in there. That shuts nice and neatly. And then front left, nice and tidy on the door card. Really is no wear at all. The seats are really lovely condition. There's no wear on any of the beading at all around the outside. The bolsters are nice and firm on both sides. Carpet sets lovely and dark. Pop that bonnet while we're there. There's really nothing at all to whinge about in there. And then under the bonnet, eventually, hang on, there we go. And again, the Club Sport's lost some of the sort of vanity covers, which makes it a sort of slightly more exposed looking engine, which I quite like the look of, to be fair. Inner wings, lovely and neat. Bulkheads all good. All your plaques are where they should be. No sign of any corrosion peeking its head through anywhere. You've got that 3-litre engine. Underneath, there's no sign of any fluids dropping on the floor. We'll fire it up. I did have it down the road this morning. It does drive very well. Really nice gearbox and things like that. Got a little bit of an immobilizer, so just hit the button once, it undoes the ignition. Taking over nice and happy around the front. Pop that down. If we go around the back, nothing nasty coming out the back. So there you have it. Porsche 968 Club Sport, really rare car. lovely condition. Like I say, check the description, we'll detail everything as far as service history and things like that go. If you've got any other questions, please get in touch. Thank you.